Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm Terry at Holding Your Space, and I have here the beautiful Annie Bayer. Hello, Annie. And our good friend, Callie. Hello, Callie.
Hugs. Yay. Hugs. Hugs.
Happy dance hands. Happy dance hands, everybody.
Yeah.
So, hi, everybody. It's a crazy day, and we already had this set up, unbeknownst to Kelly, but we had this set up. And
Tell
really
us about your
interesting.
morning.
Yeah,
Kelly.
really interesting day. And I know everybody's kind of on pins and needles, so I'm glad that we're bringing this light in, and kind of what we are talking about is lightening up. And in many different ways. It's kind of a metaphor, isn't it, for some visions that Annie's
Yeah.
had and whatnot. So we thought we'd bring that in and give somebody some. If you guys want to, you can watch this and take your mind off of other things that are going on the planet right now. Just take a little break
Absolutely.
and lighten up.
Mm-hmm.
So we are here for that as a service. And Teresa Ford, thank you, honey. Three of you, you're one of our favorite people too.
I'm sending
Sharon.
prayers, Teresa.
Yeah, saying so many prayers. Mentioned in meditation chat that you found a feather on the floor this morning.
Woo!
Oh, the dog
Sorry.
your pet sitting must have brought it in. Looks like a hawk. Does it? Oh, let me.
Woo!
I'll star that and we'll read on that. I love that, Sharon. And Sharon, did you see that your we did your dream last night? We interpreted it on the dream channel too. Yeah. Hi, JR. Hey, Hypnicity. You see
Hello.
that it's consecutive numbers all the time. Yeah, angel numbers. Teresa, it's worse than that. We weren't so much talking as I was trying to be technical. I have a job to do here. I have to post some photos in a minute. So hi, Deborah, Burr Cottage, and Lori. Oh my God. Yay. Betsy's here. Aloha,
Yay.
my friend. Aloha. And Lindsay.
Yay.
Okay, you got it, Lindsay. You take care, my darling.
So Annie.
Yeah.
What should we talk about?
Well, I was hoping we could talk about those ships. That ship that I saw, because Kelly's my go-to when I see things in the sky that I feel are communicating. I send pics to Terry. And I say, what the heck? Kelly, does this look like the light codes I think it is? And I just sent Terry, who's scrambling, but I just sent Terry some pics for it. And
I can't wait to talk about those, because those photos, Annie, were really, really incredible. And what I find so interesting is that it was a couple weeks before I had gotten a message about that. And so everything is so linked together. Oh wow, there it is. It's just, the universe is just, it's almost like a jigsaw puzzle. It's just like they give us a piece here and they give us a piece here, and then pretty soon, we're able to figure it all out.
This felt so surreal. I looked up and I feel like a child in the universe when I do my walks. So I'm aware, and I greet the world, and I say I love you, and I do that Hawaiian prayer lately. So when I want to see what is speaking to me, but I seldom understand it. It's usually a feeling, and then I discuss it with you.
Yeah. And so
others.
what I got, it would have been the first weekend in September.
Mm-hmm.
Tim and I were out for like a weekend, just bumming around, goodwilling and whatnot. And anyway, on our way home, I got a message from my angels and guides. It was just out of the blue. And they told me that crafts, ships, are disguised in clouds. And I go, really? And I looked up and I seen what I thought looked like a craft disguised in a cloud. And I told my husband, and he was kind of like, "Oh yeah, whatever." And then it was last week. I think you sent these to me, and I'm like, "Whoa, this is exactly what they were. This is exactly what they were telling me." And it literally looks like a craft.
Well,
Yeah.
it felt like they were scanning. I was crying. I was having tears, but it's sort of like the tears that just sort of start leaking out. And I think it's from when your teams are so happy that you've seen it.
Yeah.
I think I think that's why my tears were leaking. It wasn't sadness. It was that connection thing that you speak of. I think it was that. Oh, yay. Hi, Nick.
Yeah.
Ethnicity.
Hey, Nick.
Yes.
Lots of love.
You are so right. That is so true. But I felt like we were getting scanned, like it was the whales, the waters, the plants, the trees, the land. We were only part of what was being scanned. Sort of like a general wellness check for the Pacific Northwest. That's what I picked up on. What really amazed me was the silence of it and the way you could see the power of the air being moved.
Whoa.
That you can see in the photo, that there was no sound. There was no sound in it. If we try to do anything like that, we make a terrible racket.
Right?
We're disruptive. So, yeah. But I hope to see things. I keep my eyes open just in case.
Yeah.
Well,
That's beautiful.
I definitely think that's why I got that confirmation, because I've always kind of thought that, but I think it was me needing to hear it from my angels and guides that is accurate. And I believe it was just, for you, and for all of us here, just for that confirmation, that we need to look up more, because there's so much going on up there that we miss, when a person's just busy and caught up and whatnot, we miss it. And that was an incredible gift right there.
Well, I thought that too. And the other day I saw purple. I posted some pink clouds that I saw out my window, but I actually saw purple for a flash, but I haven't got to photograph it yet. So it's just before the pink in the morning. So I'm trying to pay attention to what the sky is saying, because I'm trying to find my spot. Like, what is it I do? What does I do during this ascension? I really want to know my task. Is my task to watch the clouds and to share those pictures? Is my task to just pay attention to nature in general? I don't know yet. I'm open and curious about that. Are you feeling?
I think both. I really think both, Annie, because you really are a caregiver to the planet. You really.
I feel like a guardian for sure.
Yeah.
A guardian, but I might be a guardian of everything smaller than me. Like in a movie with Robin Williams, when he puts one of the kids in charge of all the bugs. Yeah. That might be me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow. I love what Teresa Ford's saying. I think they're cleaning the radioactive waste from the ocean from Japanese tsunami. Yeah.
See, we need your input, Teresa.
Yeah.
We need your input.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hypnicity is asking what you hear when you see these. And I think you said you weren't hearing it, right?
That was what was so incredible about this, because it was completely silent.
Yeah. They're in that mode that you don't hear them unless you're ready to. Annie says, or Teresa says, no, Annie, you're guarding everything bigger and smaller.
Really?
I love that.
Right, Teresa?
Yeah. And Fatima's just getting out of the hospital. Fatima, I think you went in there for some tests, or you've got somebody there. Because
I saw her name, but what happened, Fatima? Because I asked her to let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah. Prayers to you, Fatima.
Oh, we've been waiting for her to get in that appointment in for like 9 days now. I'm so glad she went.
That's right. That's right. I remember now.
I'm so glad she went.
Did they get your results back, Fatima? I hope. So let us know.
It's always in the left skyline. Okay, Lori. Thank you.
That's
Because it
beautiful.
was in the left, Lori. It was in the left. Because when I looked out the bathroom window, you're right. There was pink, hot pink, and purple right on the left. But it was
Oh,
just so fast.
yeah. And interesting because your left is where you receive,
Oh, true.
right?
And feminine, right? Divine feminine. Here we are.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
and so maybe they're putting it there so that you can receive a message, whether that's visual or audio,
Okay.
audio.
Oh, that's something weird. You know what? I will make this super brief. The other day, 2 days ago, I was taking pictures. Big surprise. I was on my afternoon walk. I stopped. It had been really foggy and cloudy and dreary. And it got bright. And I stopped I'd walked about a mile. The sun came through and I just stood there in love. And I felt like I asked for the prana energy to come around me, and it came around on the edges. Um, this is going to sound so weird, but I took a picture and I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I started crying for the beauty. And I felt this love. And my phone in my own voice said, thank you.
Oh,
I thought maybe that was a higher self or something. I just want us to stay in that love energy right now. They want us desperately to
yes.
stay in that. If you're at a precipice and it could go wrong and it could go right, use every atom of your being, goddesses, to imagine it going right.
Yes.
I told my husband this last night. I'm like, when you feel pulled this way, just please put your energy to it all going right. Because, like, as a 62, almost 63-year-old, I'm not afraid of being old because I'm really happy to be alive. But being old is a little bit scary because you can be vulnerable and you're not as tough and fast and strong as you used to be. And I'm starting to feel that a little bit. And you want to be more of service and you get this big oomph in yourself that you want to get over your ego because it was nothing but a problem anyway. And be honest and be open and be kind and be encouraging and stop with the one-upment. And not that I did that anyway, but you just don't want to see competitiveness and stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
It's just a more gentle energy that you want to see your loved ones shine. I want to see Teresa Ford shine. I want to see her talk so much. We're like, oh my God, would you stop already? I mean, you know what I mean? I want to see, everybody shine
Yeah,
in whatever weird little way you shine.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
not
exactly.
being attached to the outcome, is huge, isn't it? And letting everybody shine the way that they wanna shine. I mean, I learned that, um, by having family on the autism spectrum that the things that I want for them are not the things that they want for them.
Mhm.
They have different things that make them comfortable, different things that, they excel at. And so taking a step back from, what things look like for other people when they're shining is really interesting. I do wanna just make note, Fatima just got home from the hospital with her husband, and they found more polyps, so we are surrounding him in love and light. Fatima, blessings to you and your family, and your lovely husband, and, I know you've got a lot of family there around you, honey. Oh, good.
Okay.
Thanks,
Get your
Annie.
bells out.
Yeah,
I
and
use my
then
shooting first and bells a lot for this to add that to the outcome. You
yeah,
know, I've noticed that when there's energy, this is gonna sound goofy, but it does work. I've done it in traffic. I've done it in strangers, mostly around people I don't know. But sometimes if you sing and you see a bad situation or you feel the tension coming up, you can go, ooh. It's only important that you go up 3 octaves. Don't care where you start. Don't care where you end. But if you go up 3 octaves, for some reason, because we're in third dimension, it breaks apart that the grounding of that. It just gives it a little bit of space. So it's not me exerting my will. It's like I am creator's love walking around. I am mother's love walking around. And I'm here in a
Yeah.
body that gives me power. So sometimes if you just do that 3-octave thing around situations and people, you don't even have to know them. You don't have to know the nitty gritty. It can lighten the situation. It can kind of give a chance for light to come in.
Yeah, I love that. And I do feel like sound is such an important part. I mean, everything is frequency, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Everything is light. And so adding that 3D dimension of it, of the sound, the sense, of hearing is huge, and it does change the whole vibration of everything. Um, yeah. Also, we've got, let's see. So Fatima came in and told us that. I want to make sure that we're taking care of everybody here, and
Yeah.
also, which we are. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Lori came in. Let me see. What did you say,
Hey,
honey? Trying to
Fatima,
find.
if you feel comfortable giving your husband's name, and only if you feel comfortable, because we don't need to use his name in prayer, but if you feel comfortable giving his name, I will write that down. Otherwise, I'll just say Fatima's husband. Yeah, that's so true, Sharon.
I thought Fatima was getting herself checked out.
I think she did
Yes.
that earlier this week.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe. Okay.
Okay, there she is. Leah. Miss Leah was talking about she just got out of her doctor's office,
Oh, good
and
job.
her fears are so much better now. Thank you all. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, Leah,
Yes.
surrounding you in love and light. Um,
You did
so
it.
yeah, right?
Good job.
Now, you guys, we got so many conversations going on here. It's just
Oh,
beautiful because
I
it's all
can't see
about
the
light.
chat.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is all
Yep.
about light. Yeah. And his name is Joe.
Joe.
I have it written down.
Fatima's Joe.
Yeah. Oh, it's 11:22 here, Teresa. That's funny. She's got 12:21. I've got 11:22. So lots of master numbers coming in for everybody.
Yeah.
Also, you guys, having that light over the city, or having that ship over your city. Reverend Saul always talked about George. He always talked about um, those ships are above almost all the cities now, and they're protecting us. They're keeping us from getting too harsh to the solar flares, and also a lot of times those are the ships that we go to at night. So I know the yellow lemon that I show a lot. It's like kind of like the flower of life. Is over Little Rock, Arkansas, and all the crystal mines, and they're huge. They're the size of like 3 cities. These
Wow.
ships. I mean, we have no idea how big they are, and we have one over the city here, and it's like kind of like a vortex, but it's a ship. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel protected that they're there. But also it's like their family. So they're there taking care of us. And
Wow.
it's interesting because we're getting the Hadarians, the Andromedans, and the Lyrans in right now. So much. I mean, of course, the Palladians have been here for so long, and the Octurians, but
Arcturian, yeah.
yeah. And so we're getting all of this energy in, and of course they're all up there anyway.
What about you, Kelly? Do you feel that?
Yeah. And I when we lived in Minnesota, I literally got photos of extraterrestrials. And when I find the photo, there was a time I I needed to run to town, and we lived out in the country, and I needed to run to town for something, and it was dark, and I was going down these dark, windy roads, and my angels said to me, "Stop and take a picture." and they used to do that a lot when I was driving a lot more. I don't drive as much anymore. And they would just say, stop. You know, one time they had me go out into a field and get a rock, and I have the rock and it's got like a third eye on it. And
Oh my God.
I'm hauling this rock, and it was just because they told me to go out into the field, and I went out in the field. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But anyway, they told me to stop as I was going into town and take a picture of the sky. And so I pulled over and just started taking pictures of the sky. And anyway, it was whenever I decided to look at the photo, you literally can see an extraterrestrial in the sky. I mean, it's like crazy. And I used to catch them. Like we had a lilac
Bush?
like
Okay.
bush. It kind of, it was
Like a hedgerow?
yeah, a hedge. That's what I was looking for, a hedge. And I have photos of them in my hedge too. Yeah. And so,
Wow.
but you know, I'm not out roaming as much here. And I mean, I know they're here. I did see a ship. We were in the pool one afternoon, and it was above the house, and as soon as we made eye contact with it, it just zipped away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I assume your house has angels above it all the time because you're a really strong angel lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, and they're kind of a form. They're just like another form of an angel. And what I thought was really funny is, you know,
Wait a minute. Aliens are not what? Say that again.
that extraterrestrials are a form of an angel, you know, like a guardian. You know, they take care of us and look out for us. And
I am so off base on this. I am so in the wrong camp. I am so sorry. I think being indigenous, I assume I'm the one here to guard the planet. So here's me, puny me. Going,
you are.
Who are you and what are you doing here? I don't get excited about aliens. I get, what the heck are you doing here?
Oh, sure.
I get really obnoxious about it.
And you know what was funny is Terry said that they're guardian. And what did we just say earlier is that you really are a guardian to, you know, to the planet, to the earth, to all of us here that in chat and everything.
I don't know. I mean, let's not get my head so big I can't get through my house.
But
I don't get excited about aliens. I don't want to go on ships. I don't want to go. I mean, it's fine. I'm fine that they exist. I know they're my star cousins. But I don't think you get to come to Earth just because you're curious, because it's third dimension and it's free will, and you can really cause a ruckus here and make a lot of problems. I think there has to be a little bit of some vetting going on before we invite everybody here. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
I get a little bit like, wait a minute. I would much, 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 much rather go inside the Earth than go in space.
But they're inside the Earth too.
I know. Yeah. Those are the ones I want to say. Because I think the ones in the Earth are the high councils. I really, truly, I don't have anything to base this on, but I really, truly believe that Earth is a library. Our bodies are these keys that open the library. So you follow the path, like what crystal you like, but you have to be high vibration or you just go into dead ends all the time. And if you keep going and you keep going, you'll find your way there to the inner Earth, where the high councils are, and you have to get there. Like your clearance level is based on your how you run your energy, I guess. What's the word?
Your light.
Yeah.
Call it your light. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys, is that anybody else feeling like that?
I get your light and your intentions.
Okay.
You know, you have to have authentic, genuine intentions.
Yeah.
To serve Earth.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I've always felt like when you get down to the portals inside the planet, that you have to show your heart. Yeah. And so your intentions and your light, you know, that's where we keep them. But you have to, like, they can have a guardian at the portal that's quite intimidating, but once you send them love, it's just like, yeah, okay, get in. So,
Yep.
Well, I had a dream once that I was protecting my son. I was on Orcas Island, my favorite place on earth. I love
oh,
Orcas Island. From the Mount, there's a spot on it you can go look at, Mount Constitution. You can see the curvature of the earth. It's so beautiful. In the water below, there's an emerald green heart in the waters below. I've seen it every time I go there. But I dreamed there once, and I dreamed that I was there once with my son, who at the time in the dream, he was like a small boy, 4 to 7 years old. And there was a white Bengal tiger, and it was going to attack my son. In the dream, I ran at it and I grabbed it because I'm protect my son. And I hugged its belly. I couldn't even meet my arms around it. And it's pointless that I'm going to fight a tiger. And as soon as I grabbed hold of it, it started rumbling and giggling.
Oh, wow.
yeah. Yeah. It's
That's cool.
amazing that, there is so much love in the planet. And when you send love, not for every entity and not for every dimension does that happen.
Yeah.
But for the most part, love is the common carrier. It's like the money of what we
the
would call the
currency.
money.
I've always thought your frequency is your currency.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to, so many people are coming in, so I want to say hi to everybody and acknowledge. Carl, we might get to readings today. If you want to go ahead and put one in, I'll star it. And Ballad Illumination Portal is here. Care Bear Bard of Cards. And the beautiful and stunning Hershey the Shadow Reader is here.
Hi, Hershey.
Yeah, she had a dream that
she woke up laughing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Falling off the cruise boat. So I am so excited for you that you're going, Hershey. I just can't wait to hear about it.
Yay.
Yeah. And Paul's here. Oh, Paul. Hello, Paul. And Nick's here. And oh my gosh, Kevin Lewis is here. Hi, Kevin.
Oh,
Sweet Kevin.
Hello.
I'm going to see Kevin next week in Sedona.
You lucky duck.
So there might be a few tickets left. I'm not sure if there are, but if anybody, I think a few people weren't able to make it.
I would have loved to have gone.
Yeah.
You're going to have such a great time.
I
don't think you're going to sleep. I think you're going to be so jazzed. You'll be like, you'll all be wandering around for 3 days.
We'll be flying. Leah, you took a cloud picture later and later saw the ship in the background, right? Yeah.
Well, that's true, because sometimes I take pics and I think, oh, nice, and it will be like I'll text Kelly later, because it'll be 2 hours later. I'll look at the pics and go, holy cow, and see things in there that I didn't see at the time. I think that's how they. What's that about? Is that a veil trick, Kelly?
Yeah, I think it's to disguise them so people don't get freaked out.
Well, I kind of freaked out the other day. It was 2 days ago when I changed the picture by intending healing, and I intended healing at these cars driving by, and I sent Kelly the picture because the light changed, and the light is changing in my photos. It's changing to, there's more yellow, there's more green in it, there's more colors in it. There's
more paint.
Yes. And there's a tiny, like that one that I sent for Teresa, because I want her to be shielded and protected completely, my dearest sister. And the picture changed, and I sent her the picture, and I thought, and then I got a little bit scared because, okay, here's my wildest thing, that Hawaiian thing. I've always had a beef with Atlanteans, because I'm like, we were in the middle of ascension and you guys messed up and you yanked us back. And we were right in the middle of ascension and you yanked us back, and I got a bone to pick with all of you. And then I asked Debbie DeMint about it. And she said, well, you never know. We could have, any of us could have been there. And I'm like, I was doing dishes and I'm like, what if it was me? That sounds like something I would do. I'd go over there to help and screw it all up. So I had to do the Ho'oponopono prayer to myself. And go, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Because there's 4 parts, right? I
Yeah.
love you. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. And thank you. Right? So
I'm not
I think we got to say that in
But
case some of us were involved, because I'm Lemurian to the bone and I'm native to the bone. But what if I'm not remembering it all because I'm shielding it? What if I'm being protected? What if we're all being protected? Because you guys talk about this oneness thing, and it always kind of freaks me out because I don't really feel the oneness. I feel it with Earth and the animals, but I don't really feel it with people. And that's my own hang up, and I'll get over it, and everything's good. But I'm like, if I want to ascend, I have to get over this. So this is part of ascension, and I need to accept this. And I thought, what if in a moment when we ascend, we're going through ascension in Lemuria and Atlantis, what if we were in a state of oneness? And when that occurred, it blew apart. Is that why I see pieces of civilization in the sky? Is that why I see pictures in rocks? Or when I look at the moon, I can watch a movie? Is that because we're all coalescing back into oneness now? So we have to own it all and we have to love it all.
We do.
that's so
We
beautiful.
we do. And Annie, the thing of it is don't second guess any of that, because it all, I think sometimes we are our worst enemy. We just go, oh, that can't be it. Or, oh, I just, did I make that up in my head? Am I seeing things? But no, I mean, I can validate, my angels and guides showed me that there's like another civilization
Mm-hmm.
above us in the sky, and they took me there, and it
It's like
was,
the other Earth. I'm sorry.
yeah, it was absolutely incredible. But it was like there was like people like riding like dragons, like people were on dragons and they were riding them, and it was just, there was nothing scary. There was like unicorns, and it was, when they showed me this, there was a lot of movement and things going on, but nothing was scary. But it was I think just to show me that, don't just get caught up in what you think is going on here on Earth.
Yeah.
There's so much more going on. And so I do look up at the sky way different now than I used to.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
true.
I love Hypnicity says, I feel like I'm attending a universal university. Each class member has a purpose.
Right.
Oh,
We do.
that's
Thank
the
God we
t-shirt.
found each other.
Yeah,
I
that's the
had an
t-shirt.
elder tell me that there are animals that we think are going extinct. And he told me this. Remember in the 80s, this is not the first time we thought we were ascending. This is not the first time we've done this New Age thing. A lot of us been doing this for 50 years. And we're super excited in the late 70s when I first got into it in the early 80s. And I think I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. An elder told me that the reason animals like the white buffalo, the white crocodile, all these were happening in the early 80s. I saw them. They were happening in the news. I saw them in newspaper articles because they didn't have online then. And my elder told me, don't cry for them because there isn't enough love here on earth. There has to be a frequency of love for them to stay, and they're not staying because there isn't enough love. They're going to the other earth. He said, so the other earth is where the love frequency is.
It's
And so,
higher.
and it's like I waited like 30 years, and then Debbie DeMint comes on the scene and starts talking about Lemuria. And I think, yeah, okay, I've been sucked into fancy ideas before, but this is triggering me. I better look into this. And I still don't have it figured out. But when she said that there were other previous Lemurias, there was Terra, where we all called Mother Tara and Terra in Arthurian times, and we were priestesses and all that. And then the Shangri-La, and you just went to India, and I know there was a purpose for that we don't know about yet. That was a big deal. That was huge that you did that.
Oh,
It
thank
was
you.
tremendous that you did that. Maybe you'll tell us about that someday soon.
Right? Um,
So
there was
there's
a lot of
pieces.
energy going on around that trip, wasn't there? And
There
Yeah.
and
was.
coming back,
Can you
you're
tell
still
us?
unloading.
You know, the trip itself, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, it really was a trip of a lifetime. I do definitely think, I mean, I have my bucket list written out, and India was not on my bucket list, but like you said, I know I needed to be there. I definitely think I was upgraded while I was there. You know, everything, y- you know, the experiences all happened so fast, and so I know there's gonna be things that come to me in, you know, now in the calming
Yeah.
days, because it seems like, you know, when we got back, it was like I had to
Through a
prepare.
wedding
I had to throw a wedding and
and
get
cook
that done,
and
and so, you know,
officiate.
my feet are just finally kind of starting to hit the ground
Yeah.
and plant, and so, but I definitely think that needed to go to India. You know, the Taj Mahal, I think was incredible. I think there was upgrades, and it was not only like the places that we went, but it was the people. It was the people that were absolutely, I mean, we're so kind here to one another, you know, especially in community. I mean, but there it's different. I mean, we were like strangers, and the way they treated us, I mean, I don't even know if I have a word to describe it. I really have never been treated so well, even by my immediate family members. I mean, they literally took care of us, and they really looked after us, like, to every possible need that we wanted. I mean, to me, that was just, it was, I mean, there was times I just cried of
Oh,
gratitude, that
oh,
it was just so overwhelming,
hmm.
that you'd be invited into somebody's house, and they wouldn't even sit at the table with you. They would seat you at the table, and then they would just stand, and it was their home, and they had been cooking for hours for you, and, you know, and they would, you know, fill your plates, and send you with, you know, they made sure that we had our favorite beverages, and when we left, I mean, it was just, they knew it was a hot day. They sent us with beverages, and these really nice um cloths to dab the sweat, because it was so hot. I mean, it was really truly an experience like I have never experienced such compassion and love for us, that, I mean, and they were my husband's, you know, co-workers, but it was their extended family that were showing us this love that, um we just don't even do it here in this country. I take pretty darn good care of
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
guests when they come. I mean, I make sure that, you know, they have everything they need. But this
Well,
was a
you and I
this
talked
was a
about that. About
yeah,
we like putting candy on pillows and
on pillows
slippers for our guests and just
yeah,
having
Yeah,
fun. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that was Shangri-La for you. I think
yeah.
that was a taste of Shangri-La
Oh,
because
that's
I thought
beautiful.
you were going there. I thought it must be PowerPoints. You know, I was thinking like a Westerner. I was thinking she must need to stand on the PowerPoint of the country,
Yeah.
and she's unlocking, and she probably were. But now, as I hear you speak and I feel your heart, it feels like some of us women at this time, I think the earth is going to be healed by motherless women who heal each
Uh-huh,
other.
by cat mamas.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
it's interesting that, I feel like when I've gone to the East that people see your light. I think
Oh,
that they're used to seeing, the light in others, and, like,
oh,
if you see somebody that's houseless on the street, they're still, revered, and even dogs that are, homeless.
yeah.
Nobody's homeless, they're all fed, they're all taken care of, and they do see your light, and I've gotta say I see that in the Mexican culture as well when I
Same.
go there, that, and you see it all around the planet if you look for it, but that was the first time that I really looked at people and they looked back at me and we were, like, recognizing each other.
Yeah.
And Betsy
True.
says,
Because
"That
you,
reminds me
yeah,
of the Hawaiian and Japanese cultures, that they show us
really,
humility and hospitality."
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, my
that's
dad grew up
that's
on
a
the
good point.
reservation, and my dad's actually he was Pat walked on now, but he um he lost his mom when he was little, and his dad took off drinking for a while. So dad just lived with a bunch of reservation houses. He just wandered from this house to that house, and everybody just took care of him. So I believe that to be true. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm so glad you went there. I'm so
yeah,
glad that you felt that Shangri-La kind of thing. If I'm just
Yeah.
paraphrasing, but that
Yeah.
unbelievable. I've never felt that. That's amazing. Or that Terry's seen it. That's incredible. I think
yeah,
I've glimpsed it, but I don't know.
yeah.
Anyone hearing a high pitched chime sound? Ooh, that sounds like
You saw
angels. That's probably for Kelly.
Yeah. Hypnicity says, "I grew up in the hotel business. I understand hospitality." Yeah, and, that's when I go into the, and I work with, like, inside the pyramids or something like that, and healing centers in different dimensions, um, I'm always like, "Thank you for doing this," and they're always like, "It's our honor to do this." There is such an honor,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
because
it's
that's how we feel about stuff,
Mhm.
yeah, it's an
right? In our
honor to be
community, we're
here.
honored to help.
Yeah. Lori says, "An elder told me to write the
Why?
word 'why' down. Then she put a line through it and wrote, 'How? Ask a power greater than yourself how to deal with life and not why things are
Yeah.
happening like they are.'"
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And and being tied to that, outcome is huge. When we look at things and see the light, and we're totally present, then we're not tied to what the outcome is gonna be or how somebody's thinking about things, and we're not tied to the past either. Depression and anxiety. The past is, thinking about that can be depression. Thinking about the future can be anxiety, and, being present, you do just see that light. So, anyway, um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
True story.
yeah.
Right?
True
And
story.
sometimes, on certain days that being present is harder than others, where you really have to bring yourself back and go, "You know what? I need to be right in this moment." Who cares about what's gonna happen tomorrow or what happened yesterday? It's just yeah. I used to have a chalkboard in my house, and then it said, "Be present" on it, because
Oh,
that is literally a present we can give ourselves, is just being present.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
Yeah, being present is the gift, Hypnicity says, and it really is, and it's also about, not just being here and now, but coming into your presence, like your subtle
Right?
senses, your
Yeah.
knowing, your remembering. It takes it to a whole different level.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so, there was something else we were talking about that I wanted to talk on, and now I just flew out of that one. But, it is a beautiful thing being present and seeing the light.
Take a breath,
So
love. What was it? Because I'm sure it was
oh,
important, Terry. What
you know
was
what
it?
it
Joy?
was? It was about today. I mean,
Okay.
what better time to be present, and here and now than all the things that are going on the planet, and, of course, we're all praying and we're all sending light to Florida and
Mhm.
the Middle East and Ukraine, all around the world, and any new places that are gonna need it. But but if we can see the light and hold the light,
Yes.
it is a gift for everybody on the planet that we can do that. So, yeah, it's a total gift, Hypnicity. I love that.
Mhm.
Love that.
It is.
I'm learning how to just feel that prana around my edges and
Mhm.
just kind of feel that. I did a thing yesterday with Rosie. She's had some pain. And so I was saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, and put my hands above her body pretty close, right? And feel her energy body. And then do that on the in breath too. Go, when you're breathing in and when you're breathing out, go, I love you, 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 I love you. You can do that to people too, but do it to dogs. And she sneezed 3 times and her breathing changed. So I was like, cool, it worked. But there's something about, like, I don't want to, not to disagree at all, but in order for me to stay present in this moment, I can say, like, my first thought when I wake up is, Teresa, is she okay? Is she okay? And I send her these texts in the morning, you okay? And check out the weather app. I've got all you guys' zip codes in my phone that I know, like, okay, I know what it's doing at your house, make sure you're all okay. But I can do that. I think it's really important that we focus on that. If you can feel that prana envelope around you, that's great spirit. So when we're doing these healings and these praying and these hoping everything's turning right, we have to use the energy from the prana layer. We have to use the energy from that inside place that connects with that prana layer, not your personal energy. That's just going to screw you up, and it's not going to do anybody any good.
It's going to exhaust you too.
It's going to burn you out. Yeah, you have to use that life force energy that's here in Mother and comes through Great Spirit for all of us. If you use that energy, it's all good. It's all good. And then it just gets bigger and brighter, because it's that, shared light is twice as bright kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to really share that with everybody in case other people didn't know that.
That's beautiful.
Those sneezes that Rosie, those sneezes, that was her releasing the pain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, thank you. Yes. So
beautiful.
I'm practicing on Rosie. Thank you.
Oh, I love Rosie.
Yeah, well, that's what you do in your healings. Do you guys do that when you heal people? Do you guys do the prana? I mean, I don't know if that's a nosy question, but I think for new healers like myself coming up, where we're just remembering what we're doing and what we're about and all that, I think the number one thing is to be grounded and make sure you use the prana energy when you're praying. Is there another name for that? Great Spirit, source.
You can also say pranayama, which is universal energy and breath work. So that's the easiest way to get into your energy and be present, is doing a breath work, a pranayama, like the 4-part breath, the box breath that we do, alternate nostril breathing. There's a lot of different Vedic ancient breath work that we do that's also done in hospitals today when people are having an anxiety fit.
Yeah. I explained that to a family member, and they showed me they already had it set into their watch. I was like, awesome.
But
I think because we're all saying so many good prayers and things are going to be coming up between now and the end of the year, please, everybody, just remember to run your energy that way. Call it, prana, Great Spirit, source. I told Rosie I was going to connect my source to your source energy, Rosie, when we're going for a walk. And just practice with little things like that. Like, my source energy is going to connect with my cat's source energy. And just little things like that. But I think it's really, we got to bolster that, because I'm just starting to get a little tiny taste of how powerful we really are.
And Rosie's healing you too. I mean, so it goes both ways. I mean, our pets see and feel our pain too. I know, because we've been talking about, our muscle aches and legs, our legs aching, and
really
even just like our arms and whatnot, and backs. And I know Claire, she's my healer kitty, and she'll jump up on me, and I know exactly what she's doing. And she'll lay on me, and it's just like, now it's my turn to heal you, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
isn't it wonderful? I mean, I'm so glad they come here to be with us.
Yeah.
I can't imagine life without them. I really can't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we didn't answer any questions. We talked so much. I'm sorry if
anybody's
disappointed.
No, not at all. Everybody's having fun. Jen says, I never heard the term prana until today. After meditation this morning, I understood. I just love all of the new knowledge y'all empower me with and help me shine my light. Oh,
yay. Shine, you gorgeous
The
person,
the
you.
more of us that come together, where one or more gather, and you guys, the energy that you bring in the chat is huge. I mean, it's amazing.
So
Um,
huge.
yeah,
I
yeah,
watched the chat the next day. I don't have the chat showing now because I would never be able to talk. I'd be so distracted.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know
It's
how you do it, Terry. Or
oh,
you, Kelly. I don't know how you guys do it. It's amazing.
I love having everybody here. Hypnicity says, "I joined Michael Sandler's School of Mystics. Today is my first day."
Yay!
Oh my
Yay,
god, honey, I love
Hypnicity.
that.
She is upgrading so much. Holy cow. So many of us are just getting fine-tuned
Um,
and upgraded.
and this is funny. Lori sent me. Uh-oh, there she goes. There she is. Lori sent me this video yesterday or the day before of Susan Lynn's channeling her guides. Yeah, holding the light. Yeah, that's what we're all doing is holding
Mhm.
that light. Yeah, that is the path for sure.
I just,
Um,
I, I'm
Leah,
remembering so many times at
you're
once. I
not.
wonder if other people are too. I do too. I feel that way too, Leah.
That's because
Sometimes.
you're strong. You know,
Get
we're not
Right?
excited.
supposed to be strong, are we? We're supposed to be good here.
What did you say this morning, Terry? You said instead of saying sorry, we should say, so what do you think about that? I love that.
I
I'm going to use that.
I love that too. I don't even remember that, but I love it.
I do
love that.
too. I
That is
love it.
awesome. That's a
It
t-shirt right there.
yeah. What do you think about that? What do you think
Yeah.
about me? What about me? That's
Well, I think
it
we're going to be flooded with a lot of sweethearts. We're going to be flooded with a lot of knowings. We're going to see a lot of lifetime fragments kind of coming at us when we meditate, when we walk, when we do things. Just let it all pass through. Don't connect. Don't connect to any of it. It's what some of it is just getting peeled away as we ascend with Mother. Because remember, she's the star of the show. We're just going with her. So I think some of this is just getting peeled away as we ascend with her.
Mhm.
yeah.
So, and I know because sometimes I get concerned, like, what if my children don't ascend at the same rate? Oh no, what if they don't? What are and I get all fretty, and then Kelly's like, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe.
And they don't. I mean, my husband and kids, and they don't ascend
Yeah.
at the same rate as we do. But it's like sometimes
That's
pretty
okay.
close though. But we're still all so connected.
Well, sometimes it's like people in our life are support people, and I'm like, because I remember somebody said, "Wow, your husband must have already ascended because he sounds so wise." And as a wife, I'm like eye rolling so hard I almost fell over. But the other part, I'm like, well, thank goodness, thank you for coming along. Try not to annoy me, but thank you for being here.
Aw. Darn it.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
yes.
not
Great
obnoxious at
picture.
all, Leah. Yeah.
Great picture.
That's why we have each other, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness. Thank goodness.
So grateful.
Oof. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this was so much fun, you guys. That flew by like
I know. That felt like
yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
It really did. I know.
So, I want you all to know that we're holding you in the light and we're holding space for everybody on the planet today. Certainly everybody in the Carolinas and Georgia and Kentucky and everywhere that there's been anything going on. There's
This will
all these opportunities to spread our light. And if we can do that instead of fear, and don't push your fear away. I mean, feel it and let it fly away. So,
Yeah.
because you've got so much light to give everybody and they need it. You're needed.
Right? Everybody around us right now, including the
Yeah.
planet. I mean, we need the light so much. I mean, and but we all have days, and don't get hard on yourself if you're having a day and you don't feel like you're shining as bright as you feel like you should be. Then don't get into the guilt and go, oh my gosh, I should be doing more, or and reaching out. Just stay where you're at and honor yourself.
Woo.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yay.
Oh,
Yay, Leah. Mwah. I sing the shake your booty, shake your booty.
I love it.
oh, okay. Lori says that Allie's having Debbie
yay.
DeMint on now, so at 12
Oh.
Central. So y'all go over there and tell Debbie and Allie that we said hi, and shine their light. Just shine, shine, shine.
Shine on, babies. Shine
right.
on.
Yeah. Have a great afternoon, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.